the people join in, and then we will start the session. So thank you very much, Nick and Mike, joining us today.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
We're just getting through some technical challenges, but that's all right. It wouldn't be the internet if we didn't have some technical problems.
Here you go. Exactly. No, definitely.
I'm glad to see you've got Steve in the background there, front and center.
Yeah, exactly. It's always with me in my background.
I didn't bring my Steve to America, but there you go.
So where are you? You're right now in US?
I'm currently in Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope everything is safe.
Well, yeah, I was one of those stupid people that flew into Tampa 2 days before Milton. So there you go. I survived. I'm still here. So.
Oh, okay. Good. Awesome. So you were there during Milton?
Yes. And funnily enough, I was actually here in the same hotel and in the same room during Irma, which happened about 7 years ago. So I've now experienced the 2 largest hurricanes that have hit Tampa in the last years, although I missed Helene by about 2 days. So there you go.
Good.
Well, 2 out of 3 is,
not bad, considering I live in Australia, which is a 20-hour flight away. So, yeah.
Okay, so I think let's start. I am just confirming. Very good. Yeah. So we got the confirmation. We are live and people we're recording. So first of all, let me do a quick introduction. So hello, everyone. My name is Umar. I am based in Chicago. We are Cloud Venture, the MSP partner for Salesforce. And then we specialize in nonprofit sales cloud. And we are also a certified implementation partner for StoreConnect. So we are pleased to have a CEO and co-founder of StoreConnect, Michael from Australia, and Nick from US. He is from the sales side, which is covering the StoreConnect into the US region. So let's do a quick introduction. Michael, why don't you give a little bit quick introduction about yourself, about StoreConnect, and then I have a few very interesting questions regarding nonprofit we will ask as we go along.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thanks, Omar. And thanks for everyone watching. StoreConnect is a complete e-commerce point of sale and content management system that's built on top of Salesforce. So the reason why it's interesting for non-for-profits is that one of the things that you don't have as a non-for-profit is time. And quite often what will happen in a non-for-profit space is you'll keep just bolting on the next solution, right? And this is a problem that we might talk about a bit later, but that leads you into a situation where you're having to put staff across many different systems. StoreConnect solves that. When you put StoreConnect in place, it can replace out your website, your donation platform, your in-person donations like events, things like this, recurring memberships or recurring donations that are coming in regularly, gift cards or delivery, or even merchandise sales for some nonprofits where they're selling, hoodies or shirts or bags or bottles or what have you. So StoreConnect really provides a complete commerce experience, not just e-commerce, but a commerce experience for those non-for-profit parishioners or donators or members who are wanting to give money to whatever cause or means back into that non-for-profit. And because we've built it all on top of Sales Cloud, it means that those non-profits can take advantage of the full power of Salesforce. I've noticed that quite a lot of non-for-profits might have Salesforce because it's free in many cases or very reduced price, but they're not really taking advantage of it and they're not using it to its power, and frankly just leaving a lot of money and donations on the table. And that's something that we really want to help with in the non-for-profit space. So that's why we've partnered up with organizations like Omar here with Cloud Ventures, and making sure that we can really get into building out some great solutions for nonprofits around the world.
Wonderful. No, that is a very good introduction. So now let's talk a little bit about how Store Connect, Salesforce resonate and connect with the nonprofit organizations. In today's world, we are looking at it. I'll just give a very quick little bit uh, of a story. Is in today's world, if you will not go to market in first 5 days, you will lose that market. So go to market is a very important thing for us, that if there is a need comes in very fast, rapidly, we need to go to the market. So what are the challenges and why the non-profit organizations are failing in today's era? Can you cover a little bit on that?
Yeah, this is a problem. A lot of non-for-profits are, well, pretty much every non-for-profit has their target market of donators, members, parishioners, whatever you want to call them. And those people care about certain things. One of the, we just did a whole implementation with UPIC Solutions, which is a organization created by Six United Ways in the USA, which is a massive non-for-profit, obviously, over here. And their job was to provide stores and sites and places for people to be able to donate that are white labeled or branded specifically to each type of giving activity. It could be co-marketing with a company or on a specific disaster or things like this. And one of the challenges that they said that StoreConnect helps them solve is they're able to respond very, very quickly to a new thing that's happening. So, say you are doing some charity or some nonprofit, and a disaster happens that's relating to your nonprofit or charity, and you want to raise money for that. If you can't launch that fundraising page overnight or within an hour or two, you're going to miss out on a massive wave of support that people who are already seeing that page want to give money and want to help. They're going to be looking. And if you don't already have something available that says you can give to us for that thing over there, and you're showing a photo of that thing that you just got half an hour ago, and it's on the website and it's there and it's ready to go, and it's now available as a donation point, if you're not able to respond like that, you're going to be missing out on huge amounts of support, because people's attention wanes, unfortunately, over time. But also they will find other entities or other organizations to flow that impulse donation or impulse revenue to. And this is where organizations like GoFundMe and those sorts of things tend to make quite a bit of income, because they allow the person or the entity to create that page very, very quickly. The problem with those platforms, there's another whole set of issues with that, primarily which is you don't own the contact details, right? They're not coming into your organization. They're coming to some other third party, and you're getting a percentage of the returns. A big percentage, to be fair, but you're still having to go through that process. What we found with what we've produced in StoreConnect is that you could create a disaster donation page in 5 minutes, right? And have that live on your website with its own, path and URL, with a, thermometer on there of how much you're trying to raise, and have all of that live within minutes if you wanted to.
Wow,
and this is incredibly powerful for the non-for-profit sector. And I think there's a lot of solutions out there that are held together by duct tape. They've got a platform over here and they've got that platform over there, like I was saying before. And while they're good in each of their individual rights, and platform A does the job that it says it does, and platform B does its job, they don't talk to each other and they're not integrated. So your team, your non-for-profit team, who really are the lifeblood of your organization, and that's the resource that that's the only real resource you have to waste, is the time of your team members. They're spending time, valuable time, navigating this platform and that platform, and trying to make platform B talk to platform C, and the order came in from here, but we missed it over there, and it's not reconciled, and now the customer's upset or the parishioner's upset. So this is really what we're trying to fix with StoreConnect. We're trying to remove all this duct-taped SaaS business out of your organization as a non-for-profit and just simplify it into a single platform that you can just run your organization from.
I think you brought a very good point. Unified one system. You can run GoFundMe. The biggest thing is it is not integrated at the back end with the Salesforce. The biggest thing is that those donors who are giving it, you can again reach them out, and
That's right.
you can increase your funding from there. So
That's right.
one unified, no duct tapes, everything at one place at the back end connected, and bringing all the information which you can reuse or retarget again for any other donation campaigns. That's the huge, and that is the biggest problem I think so in today's world that StoreConnect is solving.
Yeah, it's a really powerful point, because there's an adage in the fundraising community that if you want to raise money, go back to the people that you've already raised money from, right? They're the most likely that are going to give you more.
More.
So say you raised money for an urgent disaster relief thing, and now that's done, right? You've finished it. It's no longer a disaster. It's been handled. We've raised the money. But you have now a list of people inside of your Salesforce environment
Exactly.
of those people that donated during a disaster. The next time something comes along that you need to donate for, you go through the same process. You still launch the page, you publish it, you do all of that to get all the new people. But at the same time, you trigger a message out to all of the people that donated last time, say, hey, we've got a new disaster. Please
Exactly.
share this, right? And then you're getting a double whammy. And then the third time you're getting a triple whammy. And this is where nonprofits are leaving
Huge gap.
actually millions, tens of millions of dollars on the table that could be going to good causes and helping people.
And I think the key is, we want the nonprofits, as all of us do, to focus on the mission. And this, that's tech stack, if it's complicated, takes away from the mission. So in addition to, yes, we have all these, donors from past, we also need to show them all that good work that we're doing, so that the next time, something happens, they like, I remember them. They did such a good job the last time. But if you're caught up in technology, you're never going to be able to run that sequence. And this creates a risk of being untrustable, and you cannot be untrustable in that nonprofit world.
That's true.
The untrustable word that you use is the most important. That once you build the trust, people trust, you can go back, you can show them what you have done with the donation in the past. When you go back again, the trust you will win, and you can able to help your community much better as you grow, as you are winning the trust with your donors. So that's very important. Great. I think so, Michael, and you have answered great. I think so that is a good way, that have one unified solution is the best thing, which is StoreConnect is built on Salesforce, which can help clients and customers and everyone. So my next question, that what are the problems do you see in nonprofit which face in urgent needs to give to the communities? Do you have any examples that you can give it to us?
Yeah, so the problems that the nonprofits are facing, at least the thing that we're getting from our nonprofit clients by far, is this technology problem of disconnected systems and platforms that are only doing 90% of what they need or 80% of what they need, and they're not able to extend it or modify it or do things like this. The amount of resources spent on what I call paying humans to get computers to talk to computers is mind-blowing in terms of the volume, right? It's incredibly inefficient. And unfortunately, a lot of the existing platforms out there that do say they try and do it all are exceptionally expensive. And we've had a lot of non-for-profits come to us and say, well, we were looking at this, enterprise grade solution, but we can't justify to our donors that we're spending 4% of our revenue on an e-commerce platform, right? Or 2% or 1%. It needs to be a fraction of a percent. And this is where we come in, obviously. we are very competitively priced, but we allow that expansion happen without the organization having to, do millions of dollars of operational expense to do it. It's one thing if you're the world's largest donation organization to spend and drop $1 million on an implementation, but if you're a nonprofit that might have 3 volunteer staff, maybe 1 full-time staff, or even less, you just don't have that money. It's not available. It's not even an option. So then your choice becomes, well, I'll spin up this little store over here and we'll use that platform over there because that's only $20 a month, and this one over here because that's only $100 a month, and this thing over there because that's $50 a month. And you end up with a bill that's, $300 or $400 a month, which is manageable. But what you're not taking into account is the hourly wage of your staff keeping all of that running, right?
Yep.
And maintaining it. And once you take that into account, you're probably closer to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month or more.
Mm-hmm.
So this, I think, is a real challenge. And you asked me what are the challenges they're facing in being able to handle disasters and things like that. Understand that if you're spending time on your tech stack, you're not spending time on delivering, like Nick said, your mission. You're not out there talking to your members or doing the work that you need to do or helping the next family, find their meal.
Which is need.
That's the whole point, right? So if you, as an organization in the nonprofit world, are getting frustrated at the fact that every time you ask for something to be done, it seems like this saga of, well, we have to do this and this and this and this and this. If you're getting into that sort of situation of frustration of why is it taking so long and why can't we be as nimble and responsive, you should really reach out to Omar and us and talk to us about this, because it doesn't have to be that hard. You can create templates and systems that can go live very, very quickly, that can capture this information and have it available to you. And we really do want to help.
Well, I think so. You brought a good point, which we can sum up with is the total cost of ownership. People think little bit, okay, this is the subscription cost is going, but no one looks from the holistic perspective, the total cost of ownership, which is very important.
Cuts.
Exactly. And sometime by the end of the year, when you start calculating, is oh my God, that we have spent so much money. So keep unified simple solution definitely helps a lot. I think so. This is one of our couple of podcasts which we will be covering on regular basis with Michael and Nick, and talking a little bit more about nonprofit. So Michael and Nick, thank you very much. We are almost 20 minutes into. We just promised that we will not take long time. It's small, sweet, quick certain things that we will cover. So if you have any questions, we have a great implementation packages. It will not break the bank. Very fast in and out with Michael. And Michael, correct me, the cost of the StoreConnect with the Salesforce is minimal. Especially Salesforce is giving 10 free licenses to nonprofit 501c3 in US. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, someone can actually start in the non-for-profit space for just over $3,000 a year of license cost, including Salesforce and StoreConnect. And that's e-commerce, point of sale, a content management system, and also rewards and loyalty store and subscriptions. So it really is everything you need to get started as a non-for-profit. Obviously, we can go larger than that if you are a bigger organization, but you can get started very, very affordably.
And especially from a cloud venture side, especially the hard hit hurricane areas, if anyone wanted to launch this, we have a 50% special discount only for those community, so we can go and implement and help them out. So definitely we'll work together to make sure that people get the help what they needed. So thank you very much. Michael and Nick, we will again see few more podcasts as we go along. So please keep an eye on that. And